I can't think of a better group of people to be with tonight in my own hometown of Salt Lake City. It's terrific. Margaret Morin, for that kind introduction and for inviting me here this day. I'm grateful to you, and I'm grateful to all of you. You mean a great deal to me. And as a senior senator for the state of Utah and President Pro Tem of the United States Senate, it's a distinct honor for me to welcome the 86th Annual League of United Latin American Citizens to the National Convention here in Salt Lake City. I commend everybody who's worked so hard to make this matter a success. Many of you may realize that, well, thank you. I really applaud your choice for this year's convention. And I certainly like the theme, Familia, the building blocks for society. Utahns understand how crucial strong families are to building vibrant communities, producing high-quality educational opportunities, and creating good-paying jobs. As a senator, I've worked long and hard to enact such policies that will protect and strengthen families, and I am sincerely grateful for LULAC's focus on families as we all work towards the shared goal of building a better future for our nation. The family is the fundamental unit of healthy society. Any civilization will in large part succeed or fail on the strength of its families. As we work to build up the family, we lay the foundation for a prosperous future. And I am immensely grateful for the thousands of Latino families in Utah and across the country who have strengthened our communities and our culture. I want to thank LULAC once again for organizing this convention that brings so many of you here to my home state of Utah. And I hope that your organization will continue leading in the dialogue that we need in this country so badly. And I've worked with Latino organizations and with the Latino community for all my years in the Senate. As a matter of fact, we started the task force on Hispanic affairs, and we brought a lot of people into the fold by doing that over the years. And we made a lot of friends with a lot of Hispanic people throughout this country, many of whom were Democrats, but seemed to like me for some reason. And I like them. And I like you Democrats who are out here tonight. We have good people, both Democrats and Republicans in Utah. Some of you may know, when I became chairman of the Judiciary Committee, I hired Ana Cabral. Now, I had her husband, Victor Cabral, work with me, and Victor had never graduated from high school. But Victor decided that he would go up to Harvard and get a master's degree without a high school degree. I thought that was kind of strange. And I thought, boy, that's pretty ambitious, but he did. He got his master's degree. Lubin is one of the high-level officials in the U.S. government today. I brought Ana on to the Judiciary Committee as the manager of the Judiciary Committee, and also as the person who instituted the Hispanic organization that we established at that particular time, the Republican Senatorial Hispanic Task Force. Many of you know Ana. Ana went on to she's with one of the larger Hispanic organizations, Latino organizations in the world now, and one of the top leaders in the country. We love those two people very, very much. And I met a number of you and many, many others over the years as we worked with Hispanic people and as we tried to do what we could to help you. Let me also say that you are such a vibrant community within our overall U.S. community. I'm proud of you. You make a real difference. It's really a privilege for me to be here tonight. It's a privilege for me to have met so many of you, and I've had my pictures taken with a lot of beautiful women here tonight. I don't know. My wife's going to be mad at me, I'll tell you. I remember I once gave a talk representing my faith at the United Presbyterian College in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. And the president of the school got up and he told this story, this joke, really. By the way, Utah's probably the second driest state in the Union, and we're proud of it. But he got up and he said that this fellow died, and he went up to St. Peter and he said, "Where do I go from here?" And Peter said, "Well, you're a borderline case." He said, "You have your choice. You can either go to heaven or down below." And the fellow said, "Well," he said, "how about telling me the differences between the two?" And Peter said, "Well, heaven, that's a land of smooth flowing brooklets and streams and green forests and green pasture land and good companionship and everything." He said, "Heaven, all that," he said, "hell, all that is one old, hot, vast, dry desert. I know which one you're going to choose." And the fellow said, "Well, don't be so sure." He said, I kind of like the heat." And so they walked out of the gates of hell, and as they were going down, Peter explained the differences again. But the fellow seemed to relentlessly want to go to hell. So finally they got down to the gates of hell, and Peter said, "Look," he said, "the joke's gone far enough, buddy." He said, "Heaven's a land of smooth flowing brooklets and streams and green forests and green pasture land and good companionship and everything." He said, "This place is only one hot, vast, dry desert." And the man said, "Well, I like the heat." So Peter said, "Okay, Buster, you've made your choice." And he opens up the gates of hell, and there were smooth, babbling brooklets and streams and green forests and green pasture land. And Peter said, "Oh, those damn Mormons, they've been irrigating again." You know, I don't think you should have gotten that big a kick out of that. Well, we do irrigate. We established the principles of irrigation in Utah for the country and for all over the world. And we've had Utah irrigation specialists all over the world helping people with their water needs and so forth. Let me just say this. The Hispanic community is a vibrant community. Whenever you get in either party, you do your best. I've really appreciated the support that I've had over the years, and I know a lot of other Republicans have appreciated their support. Let me just say this, that we hired a wonderful man who works with us on Hispanic affairs, Jabin Castro. Some of you have met him tonight. Remember that name, Jabin Castro, because we're going to call on you. Jabin's already doing a great job for us and for you. We want to make sure that everybody on Capitol Hill understands the needs of the Hispanic community and understands that it's a diverse community and understands that it's a patriotic community and understands that it's a contributional committee and a group of people and understands that you folks are the kind of people who have made up America to be the land as great as it is. And I love you personally. Let me just close by saying that I'm very proud of our state here. If anybody hasn't treated you well, I want to hear from you, because I'm going to raise Cain with that person or those persons. I'm sure they've all treated you well. Our people really in Utah really love the Hispanic community. Let me also say that LULAC has done such a great job over the years for the Hispanic community in this country, but not just the Hispanic community. They're a national community for all Americans, and I'm just so proud of everybody in LULAC. I just want you all to know that. Now, let me close by telling you that we're going to push the Hispanic Task Force in the future, and we hope that you'll contribute to it. I'm not asking for money. I just hope that you'll participate with us, that you'll come when we have our meetings, and that we use those meetings to find out what are the needs of the Hispanic people in this country. And we want to make sure that your needs are fulfilled, your needs are satisfied. We want you to know that we align with you, we feel close to you, we love you, we appreciate you, and we love you for being citizens of this great land. God bless America, and God bless all of you. Thanks so much for inviting me.